Okay, this is where we are. This is the data set, movies data set. I'll explain what this movies does. Actually, we have seen stack, right? It's going to do the same kind of stack process. I see that. Let me show you the movies data set first. You can see that we have movie names as column names and the year at the end. So what we got here is all the columns got in the form of rows and the year at the end and respective values. Avengers 1 is 28 and Avengers 1 92. It got repeated because we have two values under this. So Avengers 1 got repeated twice. And the same keys for other values too, right? Even here got repeated because we have two values underneath. So we got this one. So we can use the, we can even do the same thing using stack. Let me apply stack. So after applying stack, this is what we got. So let me reset the index. This is what we got, right? And we got almost all the same kind of thing like this. But the only thing is we need to reset index after the applying stack. And apart from it, we require only the first two columns. We don't require this column. So we can drop that column level 0, right? Access equal to 1. Got drop and the values, I think, where we can give any column name we want. So we can use rename. We need to provide dictionary wherein the existing column and the column name that you want to rename with, and so on and so forth, the comma. So let me write down like level 1. I want the movie name and year, right? And level, sorry, it's 0. 0, it's revenue, and yeah, I can stick to revenue. Is that got, but it got reflected here instead of this. Let me cross check. Maybe I'll do one thing. So, please start. So ignore this part. Movies stack. All right. So movies stack columns. Maybe 11, 0. Movies stack index. We don't have anything index as such. So why we got something like this? Open this one. Sorry. Instead of level 1,
So there is a disturbance in the voice.
Yeah, your voice is completely down.
I'm sorry, the session got disconnected due to network failure. So one second. Connected to my mobile network, not sure. Let me raise a complaint. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope you got the difference. You got what is melt. So melt is like kind of higher level stacking kind of. If you want this sort of data. And one advantage, I mean, most of the tools that we have, Power BI, Tableau, or even Excel, we used to yesterday, I think I brought this point. Well, to reconfigure it, we need to reconfigure this OLTV databases. Well, in reporting reports. But
So
now the tools are good
there's a very
enough
much
that we
disturbance
can
in the voice.
straight away take the OLTP database and can use
Uh,
to build reports. So that is one difference. So most of you may not even heard OLAP disturbance you have on Sirisha. You're saying something.
yeah, there is so much disturbance there. I am unable to follow you. I am not sure about others.
Yeah, the same thing.
You still hear noise now?
Yeah, sometimes it will be, we are not able to hear what you are telling
Yeah,
completely.
completely sometimes.
So is it good now?
Now it, yeah, from,
All right. So
Sometimes it will be like,
yes.
all right. So I don't know the exact reason.
Could you
Okay.
explain melt?
Any questions?
Yeah, could you explain melt once again, if possible? I didn't understand.
So this is the actual data set, and if you want to get this data in the form of rows, you can use melt. We can use stack. Yesterday we discussed about stack. So we can use stack, but this is more lot tedious than melt. So I can say that this is a kind of mini version of this mini version of this stack. This is something that we get after applying reset, this stacking, right? This is what you get, but you need to remove this column and you need to sort this out. Whereas you get the data straight away with melt. That's the only difference. I told you before yesterday that there is a subtle difference between OLTP and OLAP. OLAP is for reporting, right? This is kind of more like for reporting. Is that clear?
Yeah.
yeah.
The next topic is okay. This is a very important concept. Algorithms. We feed data to algorithms. We do a lot of pre-processing and feed. At the end, we feed data to algorithms, right? So when you feed data to algorithms, when it has string data, anything other than numbers, it is not going to understand it. So it's going to throw error. So we need to convert the text data into numbers. That is when, so how do we do that? It's a simple example, this one. We're going to start with this, but we're going to see more advanced examples, more advanced approaches in later part of the course. So let me take this movies data set. Here we have data set, wherein we need to convert this into numbers, isn't it? So how do we do that? So each value is going to be converted as column names. Let me apply dummies, the movies. What is the name of the column? Name, and it is get dummies. So you apply dummies, you can see that each value be converted into column. Now this data we are going to feed it to algorithm. So straight away we can't feed this data because it has strings. Is there any alternate approach for it? Obviously, there are multiple alternate approaches. We'll see that later. So for now, just assume that we are going to convert each value into column names. But one problem here is that there are repetitions. You can see the Avengers, and Avengers got repeated again because the data that we have here is not clean, it's dirty. Each block, each code block has multiple values, which is not the intended, which is not expected. So we have in getDMS itself, we have something called gets separator parameter. We provide that. Now you can see it's much more clean. It's going to assume that each cell has multiple values separated by comma. So consider that and form the data set in this way. So each value is unique. And if this particular string exists, it's going to say 1 or else 0. So you can see Avengers and you got 1 here. And the third row, Avengers, Batman, Dad, Avengers, Batman, and Dad. Remaining values are 0. You can see that, right? So this is how you can convert strings to columns and I'm aiming to say strings to numbers, numerical form. This is one of the ways to do that. There are, as I told you before, so there are multiple other approaches, much more advanced approaches. We'll see that later. So any questions on this part?
No.
It's straightforward, in fact. Just to convert to strings to numbers. The only thing is, you not remember this.
Do we separate by comma only, or any character can be?
Yeah, it can be any other separated
Is it
too.
like,
Here we have a comma. Here we have comma, right? Here it has been separated by
yeah,
comma. That's the reason I
no.
given comma. If it is some other, obviously you're going to give it
At a
with the
time, can we
respective.
convert if more than one column is there?
At a time, more than one column.
Yeah, can we convert in the data frame if two columns are there?
We can do that. I'll show you an example in NLP project.
Okay.
And the next one is movies crosstab. Crosstab is like a timetable form of data, right? So I have a data set here, movies data set. I have movie data set here. So I'm going to apply crosstab. So movies crosstab. So we need to mention, sorry, it is PD pandas crosstab. But I need to provide the columns. So it's movies name and movies column country. So we need to express it right this way. Movies country. I'm going to give us crosstab. What does that crosstab means? It's basically giving us the frequency. So we have seen group by, right? So it's more like a timetable form of group by value counts. You can see that it got repeated twice. Why? The Avengers 2 has been released in France. You can see the Avengers 2 France and Avengers 2 France. It got repeated twice. That's the reason we got 2. The remaining values, if it is there, the Avengers 1 Britain we don't have. If you look at this Britain, we have only Avengers 3 got released in Britain. Avengers 1 has not been released, Avengers 2 not been released, 4 and 5 are not been released. So consider that it is more like pivot table or time table, but it's going to give the value counts, frequency, right?
We
Any
are just
questions on
making this
crosstab?
to machine understandable, right? Like binary kind of data into.
Yes, but this is more. For expert data analysis to understand the data, not really to feed data to algorithm. It is to understand of our own understanding, so that we can take further action. It's not really to feed the data to algorithm. This is the getDummy is yes, we can feed data to algorithm. This for our own understanding. So if we cross check these two columns, what is the frequency that has been occurred, right?
Okay.
So the string methods, we have seen this, but anyway, this is going to be a very important example. So I request you to pay attention. And this is like a mini version of data cleaning. So we will see lot more examples, but this is going to be a mini version of data cleaning, how data cleaning works, how we are going to get the data. This is movie, and let me delete this block. So this is the data set that we got. Now you can see that the data is not clean, isn't it? So what is that you feel that, what is that you feel that, is missing or not clean? What do you think that, why do you think that it is dirty? It is definitely dirty. It's not clean. We have two columns, country and name. What do you think that we can do on this? What kind of data we can
Case.
extract out of?
One thing,
Special character is there in country's name and
Right, there
numeric
are
and
special
values.
also
characters, right?
alignment, special characters and even alignment.
Numeric
Okay.
values.
Okay, so there are some new numbers, special character like percentage has been added, and it's saying it's not aligned. And we have another column here, actually is the movie name and the part number. So we can have two columns, right? One is movie name, another one has part number, isn't it? So we'll focus on this column first. So movie, country. So in order to replace numbers, I think I said this before, slash d is going to represent all numbers. You can otherwise write it like 0 to 9. You can either way, you can follow either way. So 0 to 9, which means all the numbers, I want to replace with blank. I don't know why it didn't work. Let me cross check it. Still didn't work. Okay. What about slash d? Last time also I faced the same issue. I did something, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll do one thing. So I will still not working. So what does replace do? Replace, basically what it does is going to replace all the numbers. We replace with blank. Maybe we are not able to apply it on this. Okay. I think we did something last time. Explain that in demo. So let me use extract and see whether it works or not, at least. Extract is going to extract only a certain part of it. Let's take now contains no capture groups. Okay. Capture groups means I need to mention the wrong brackets. Now we got the numbers. Okay. So it is working, but what we need really is A to Z, A to Z. But we need to expand it. So we need to expand not just first cat, all the characters. So one problem here is that it's going to end wherever it encounters non-alpha. But actually replace is the right thing to do. Oh, replace does not even exist here. Replace. All right, we have replace. All right. So what's the problem then? Still not working. So did we try this? Okay. That's not really because of this one. I can definitely say that. What is that? I think I need to watch that video again. So I did something. I got into the same issue, and Okay, so movie, country, all right. So movie. Okay.
You can check it out and tell us later.
Can't find it out. So what is the name of it? Okay, so we'll do one thing. So instead of this, let's follow this. Okay, so it's not okay. Its type is series. Okay. I think it's not because of this problem. No, we can update on series. In fact, let me cross check it. It's pandas, right? So the recent one. A recent one is actually Ashok IT, right? So Ashok IT, I don't know. I'm not going to have control over. So okay, I will cross check this one. I think there is something missing here. I don't know exactly what is missing in this. Basically, we're going to replace this regular expression with that of this one. So that's all what it does. And surprisingly, it's not working. It's not working. All right. So we'll see. I will maybe tomorrow I will explain you that. Or let me check the documentation then maybe. What is this part? Comes under string methods, right? String methods, yes. Movie, country, this is fine. So extra replace. Okay, so it has done this. You can see that underscore been replaced with space. It has cleaned well, but what went wrong? You see there is underscore been replaced with space. So it is working. Okay, let me do against movie. So what was the other column we have? So name. Replace. Oh, it's because I have to use double quotes.
On single.
Yes, that it has been replaced, and this regular expressions it has to take. Okay, got it. I think the recent changes. Yeah, the recent changes tells that. Okay, I forgot that. Now you can remember it. Okay, so actually /d we can very well go with that. Not really because of this one. There's something called regex kind of, yeah, regex true. So we need to, when we use regular expression, we need to mention this true. So earlier in the previous questions, that was not the case. Now you can see that number has been replaced with a blank. So I want to replace with blank. Even if we go with single quotes, it does the same thing. So this is a research change that it came up with. You can see that, right? So even it's like, it not be /d, it can be even 0 to 9, it's going to do the same thing. And now
Can we
we
remove
can
special characters along with numbers at a time?
yeah, we can do at a time, so we can expand it. So rather than 0 to 9, I will replace this back again to /d, which is more simple, right? So I'm going to replace all the /capital is going to replace all the special characters. You can see that special characters been replaced. No hashes, no percentages now. You can do that at the same time in the sense in a way that it's going to be like this. And if you want to convert this in title case or maybe upper, We can convert, got converted to caps, or else lower, everything is going to be lower. You can do in small cases, or even title case, title. First letter is going to be cap letter, the remainder is going to be small letter. So in some case like USA and UAE kind of, you have difficulty with title, so better go with upper. Okay, now I can assign this back to country, but don't do that unless we clean all this data. So I will do one thing. I'll create a new name. Okay, so country name kind of. Maybe I can give it in capital letters, country name, right? So now if I look at it, now we got a new column with country name, right? I can delete this column. If you want, I can rename this to country. And I will focus on name now. So movie name, and what I need is I want to extract only the alphabet part. So it's going to be capital A to Z, small a to Z. We need to mention plus, otherwise it's going to be limited to the first encounter, first character. But extract requires things to be in round brackets as a group. Now you got only the name part, right? So we can make it like movie name. Make up a
Yeah, but
column.
some V are capital and some V are lower.
Yeah, we can do this. We can make it title case in that case, right? What is that? Okay, so it's string. Okay, after this maybe I will do one thing. So I will do this here, right? And then I will make this. Now it's much more clean, isn't it? Of course, we can apply it on this afterwards, but I apply it right here itself. It's much more clean. But the only thing is the part number, right? So we'll extract even the part number. What is the name column? And we're going to extract, what we need is the numbers. Want to extract slash, let's see what we get. So string movie name. Okay, again, I missed the round brackets around this regular expression. So you got numbers, but the problem is you got limited to only first number. And 11, 12, 10, 11, 12 not displayed properly. Again, we need to add plus. Now you got part number. So movie part, right? Now you got the data. Now I can remove these two columns, drop these two columns. Movie, how do we drop? Using drop the list of columns and access equal one. Don't forget that. Otherwise, it's going to drop the data. Actually, it's going to search for data in this thing. I mean to say rows. So country name. Now you can see this is much more clean, right? So we can assign this back to movie. I'm sure that this is what I need when assign back. Otherwise, it's better to replace with another name if you want. If you don't want to lose this movie data. Now you can see this is much more clean. So any questions on this?
So if you are given a data which is not clean data as you told, so after cleaning and all, can we remove the original data as you dropped the columns and all? Is it not needed anymore?
Yeah, but thing is that it is better to replace it in a way that it keeps on, like every object that you create is going to occupy some space, isn't it? So if you're sure that you want to replace, go for it. But thing is that it's better to have a different name altogether. So a new kind of. There is a possibility that you may need to go back. You may feel that it is not necessary and you want to go back. Again, loading this data set may take some time if the data set is huge. So it's up to you. It's your choice.
So normally in the workplace, what
is
you
small,
do at the same thing?
so it's better to, if the data set is large, we go with this one.
Just
Initially,
name the
the
column
initial
with a
process,
new.
we're not going to take all the data. Yeah. So we're going to create new data frame, right? So we are not going to lose the movie data frame. We're still going to have this data.
Yeah, got it.
All right. So any other questions? Regular expressions, those who don't understand it, don't worry. We will have dedicated. We will have one session completely on regular expressions. Here I'll give an overview, but this example I have already explained it here, right here itself. So basically, dot means any character. It can be special character, number, it could be anything. It could be alphabets or whatever. But asterisk means it can be the next letter can be anything. So slash D means numbers. Slash capital A to Z, small a to Z means all the capital letters and not all the small letters. And dot plus means at least one character. So the difference between asterisk and plus here is at least one character. There should be one character. It could be any character, as we have mentioned dot. Again, here it can dot. Dot means any character, but asterisk means 0 or more characters. Okay, so it may not make much sense, but we will discuss in details. Don't worry. We have already seen these two, and we have seen this one also, capital slash capital W, that is for special characters, which is not really special characters, it's actually non-alphanumeric. Non-alphabets, non-numbers.
So
Anything that is, go ahead.
plus means all the characters, right? Plus means all the characters. Asterisk means only one or two. Is it like that?
Plus means one or more characters, that is what it means. So anything that you mentioned here, let's
I mean,
take slash
hyphen
D
D plus
plus.
means it was. Yeah, please.
So when you mention slash D, which means numbers, at least one occurrence of it or more. It can be one or more. But if you mention asterisk over here, it means even a non-number is going to consider, which is not which we don't really use it for. So especially dot asterisk can be used like when we have an expression, when we have a regular expression, and we have anything in between another regular expression. Only in such case we use dot asterisk. Otherwise, we don't use it. Usually, we are going to use it like the way we did before. So you can see plus. We will see an example on that dot asterisk in another session. We have a library called RE, which is dedicated, which is completely dedicated for regular expressions. So it has a lot of methods that we can easily use regular expressions. I'm going to give you a table also. So what all the regular expressions you have to focus on? How come we clean the data when we get real data set? We're going to have a project on that. So any questions up to here?
No, sir.
And extract is going to extract the data. Extract all is not necessary. We'll see an example on extract also. All also. When it has more than one occurrence of it, we're going to, let's take the same example, extract all, right, same data set movie. And instead of, movie, country, right? Extract, instead of extract, I'm going to use extract all. So I want to extract only the alphabets. So calculate.
Can we also give slash
is not
W slash W?
Slash W. Why do you want to give slash W slash W? What is small w and capital W? That is what you mean?
Yeah. That's for the letters only, right? Slash W.
Yes. I have not explained small w, but capital W is for special characters, non-alphanumeric. It's not small w is for alphanumeric. This is for alphanumeric, this is for non-alphanumeric. All right. So extract all, what it does is going to give multiple occurrences. You can see that alphabets, right? So it's going to, let's take up to here, it is alphabet. Whenever it encounters non-expression of this, that is non-alphabets, then it's going to stop over there. But extract all, what it does is, it's going to check the other set of values also in it. So it's going to expand it. The next occurrence of it is C. So extract all does this way, but in reality, it is very difficult to extract and use extract all to extract the data. Rather, use extract and replace. That will be much better option. So instead of getting this and combined together, we can use replace, right? So we have seen this. We have seen that example already. So that is the purpose of extract all. Extract all is going to give all the occurrence of it, but it is going to give like this. So in this, yeah, you can see the Brazil, USC, right? Kind of. The Thailand, there is 82. So the second occurrence of it is this one. Rather use replace and replace with the blank. Rather than extracting alphabets, we can extract numbers and replace with blank. And special characters with a blank. Yeah, any questions up to here? And don't worry if you don't understand regular expressions, we will have a session on that. All right, so the next one is, I think contains is not really going to be used much, but anyway, this may not be the right example for contains, but anyway, see that. Movie data set, right? Suppose if we mention data movie country contains, let's take that I want to contains. You can see that wherever it has numbers, anywhere in between, contains means it can be at the start, at the middle, or it could be even at the end. Wherever it has numbers, you can see that it is true. So some case we want to decide whether a particular column requires cleaning or not, right? Expecting a column. Let's say that we have a column wherein it has wherein it should have alphabets only. Then we may not even know whether any particular value has numbers or not, right? Or even special characters. Where it has any special characters, there is one case where it has special characters, isn't it? So this clearly tells that there are some values that are not really clean. If you sum up this, you can see there is one occurrence of it. So how many occurrences? 9 occurrences. 9 places where it has numbers. You can judge by this. If it is 0, okay, so then we can say that after checking all this, there are special characters and numbers, we can say that it is clean. If the column, if there is a possibility of having other values like non-alphabets, even special characters, that is another case altogether. But if you have a column wherein you expect only alphabets, this is the way you can check it, right? Contains, that is where you can use contains. The reason why we got 9 here is true is actually kind of 1, false is 0. So when we apply sum, so all the truths will be summed up 1 1 1 1 kind of, and then we got 9. It's a quick way to check whether data is clean or not, especially when we have too many values in a column. Let's say 1 million records. Any questions on contains?
No, sir.
Can we search for the string value itself directly? Contain same
Yes, of
can be
course,
done, right?
we can do that. So capital J, we can do that. We have 11. Maybe there's this part. Yeah, you can see that there's only one case where we don't have alphabets. You can see that
Like
one.
the name itself, like Spain, India, something like that. Can we use that also?
No, that is what I'm saying. So we need to. This is a condition, right?
Yeah, it is searching for every.
But we have to clean it. So we already saw that example. We have to clean it. So there is no one way that we get straight away with one method. We are not going to get that. So we need to clean it one by one. We have seen an example of that, right? If you practice it, you may not have that question.
In previous days, you show that.
No, yeah, and just now, like 10 minutes ago. So I'll show an example. Right? All right. So what is the other one? Contains we have seen. It starts with this going to be interesting one. In practice every concept, repeat every concept that you do 3 to 4 times. So it's not just understanding. I request you to repeat that. Okay. So I'm going to take countries. Countries, you can see that one. And if you want to check if anything starts with a particular character, you can use starts with. Let's take that you want to find out whether you have anything that starts with V. In fact, you have V, right? You can consider this as a condition and pass it. You can get only that when, so let's take U. U starts with U, but starts with is not like contains. Contains is going to search anywhere. It can be start, it can be at the start, it can be in the middle, it can be even at the end. But starts with means it has to start with that particular letter. Even though I have N here, if I mention N, you're not going to get anything because N is in the middle, but starts with expects that it is at the starting point. If I use N, you can see that it contains going to check even in the middle. So you can see that we got a bunch of values that has N anywhere. You can see N at the end, N in the middle, N in the middle again, N almost at the end, N at the end, right? Any questions on starts with? All right, so there are 2 columns here. So I think it's better to take only one. We have this one. I think there's one problem here. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. Movies country. If you look at this, it is quite, there's no issues. But if you look at this data closely, the actual source data, it has some child spaces. So if you want to remove child space means anything at the start or anything at the end, not in between. If it has space like this, it's not going to come under child space. If it is at the start like this, right? Or maybe at the end, this will be called as trial spaces. So let me remove this. Let's consider that this is the case we have. And if we go with this one, it's not going to show it cleanly. So it's, in order to solve that, what we can do is for every column, usually what we do is going to take the column, strip. So that is going to strip the data. Got it? So we have somewhere like Avengers one, the first value, right? So if you go with this one, let's take the first value. Maybe which value it has? It's a movie country, right? Sorry, movie country. Movie country, yeah, movie country, movies country, sorry. It's movies country. First value is going to be 0. You can see that when we fetch the particular value, you can see there is clearly trial space. So in order to solve that, you can use strip. Strip is going to remove in trial spaces. Now, even if you look for the first value, which had trial space, now it's much more clean. Without trial space, if I give it as this one, you can clearly see the distinction, right? You can trial space. There's a possibility that even the values may have trial spaces. You can see that there's space, right? Trial space. You can clearly see now. There is some certain values will start here and somewhere like this. Now, let me remove this, and we can assign this back to the same column so that we are going to get clean data. I think I mentioned minus instead of equal to. This sort of data, even there's a possibility that you may face this sort of dirtiness in the data, right? Even though it appears that it's clean, but it may not be. But any questions on strip? Of course, we can apply multiple methods. If you want to convert title, whatever, you can do that. So no issues. Any questions on strip?
In order to do it for the single row, we can use the index, right? As used there. Strip of 0.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, as 0, it got the first value, right? Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
We already seen how to slice it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But here I have taken only one column, so we get only one value. If you mention 0 or 1 or whatever, we can even give a range of values. The same slicing methodology. All right, so we have few other things. Maybe I think from here, we'll continue tomorrow. We'll finish off tomorrow, right? We still have 10 minutes, but anyway, we'll continue tomorrow. That's it for today. If you
Okay,
have
sir.
questions, let me know. Yeah, Bharat, so I request you to attend sessions regularly. I think you're the only one who's missing, right?
Yeah, yesterday I was missing.
All right. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.